Hey guys, welcome back to this tutorial on how to use Autodesk Fusion 360. My name is Avier, and today we'll actually get into sculpting of Oscar the Grouch's face. So as you can see, I've activated the top component compared to last time. And what I want to do is first I want to just hide everything except for the shaft. So let's do that, and let's go to a front view. And now what I want to do is, because I'm building this head on top of this shaft, I need this in perspective. So let's just create a new form. And now I've entered something called the Sculpt Environment. Now the Sculpt Environment is different from the design, or is part of the design environment. And if you've used Fusion 360 for a long time, you'll know that the normal environment is called the modeling environment, or the modeling environment. So this is a Sculpt environment where you can create more dynamic bodies and less rigid bodies. This is great when you're creating like chassis of cars, or basically basically unique shapes. There are loads of like pictures and videos on like the Autodesk Fusion 360 website as well to learn Fusion 360. If you want to learn sculpting really well, I'd suggest you go there because they teach you how to design like the chassis of your own car. And that's really cool. So I recommend you go there. It's on the Autodesk website. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to first import a canvas. So for that, let's import a canvas as we've done before. I'm going to insert from my computer, and if you don't know where this is, I'm going to put a link in the description to my Autodesk portfolio where I've posted it there. You should be able to download it from that area. Now, I've selected the canvas. I'm going to select it on the front face, and I want to use the up arrow to just move it all the way up to near the top of the shaft. Press OK. That's looking fine. Then I want to turn on the main body because I want to see how this is going to look in the main body, and I'm going to edit the canvas again. The reason for this is I want to move it further up so it's roughly there. So part of it is intersecting with the actual body of the shaft, and then I'm going to use this feature over here to scale it up to the right size. Excuse me. So so just use your intuition here and try to find a size that looks pretty good. It should occupy roughly 1/3 of the entire diameter of this. Now I'm talking about only the face, not inclusive of this part. These other parts around it. That's looking okay for me. We can always move the head around once we're done with it. But that's fine for me for now. So I'm going to press OK. And now we can actually get sculpting. So let's hide the main body and let's start. First things first. You can start with any of these geometries, or you can start with a sketch. I want to start with the geometry because it'll be easier for me to use. So what I'm going to do at the starting is I'm going to create a sphere. The reason, so there are two types of spherical objects here in this in Fusion. You have a quad ball and a sphere. My recommendation is choose either based on what type of thing you're modeling. Like in this case, I'm looking for something that I could use to like sculpt two eyes out, or maybe move around to get like a mouth like this, some type of shape. So I want a line over here and a line below it. For me, that kind of looks like how the sphere is looking at here, with like a line above and line below. That's why I'm going to select a sphere, and I'm going to move out because I need to select a plane. And let's move back in and select just the dead center of this, and that's going to create a sphere. And I can increase the radius of this a little bit. Now 26, 25, yeah, 26. That seems a little better. Okay, now sometimes you can have these symmetries put in. I want none for now, no symmetry. What mirror and symmetry does is, if I have a mirror line, like that green line you saw running across here, basically what that does is that's your mirror axis. So if I do any changes to this side of the model, they get duplicated on this side. And that's really useful when you're developing like symmetrical non-uniform bodies. So you don't have to keep on doing the exact same changes on either side, which will take a long time, and it's impossible to do. It's impossible to get it perfectly right, which is why you can use the mirror axes. Anyway, so I'm going to create a new body. longitudinal, latitude, that's fine. Press OK. That's looking good. What I want to do though is I want to rotate this a little bit because I want these sides to be his mouth. So I'm gonna hit M on my computer for move and copy. Make sure it's bodies and select that. Then I can move this around 270, yeah, 90, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. As long as it's there, it's a multiple of 90, it's fine. Press OK. And I have that there. Perfect. Now we can actually start. Now, I'm going to do something really, really basic here. And I recommend if you want to get really good at sculpting, you don't do this because this is a beginner introduction to sculpting. Maybe future on, I could make a more complex tutorial on sculpting. If you'd like to, please let me know in the comments if you like that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to first try to model the mouth a little bit because that's going to be the easier thing to do. I'm not going to model the eyes. I'm actually going to cut them out and fill them in. So to do anything regarding moving these edges around, you need to use the edit form. Edit form is a feature that allows you to select points, lines, or planes, and allows you to move them around in different directions. So in this case, I'm going to move that there, and then I'm going to take this point, I'm going to drag it up there. And then I'm going to take this point, and then I'm going to drag it to the edge of his mouth. Now you can kind of see how this is going to work. So I'm going to take this edge down here, move it there, take this point, move it there, and now I have some type of mouth over here. Now take this point, and I'm going to move it over here. This one, I'm going to shorten it a little bit, and then I'm going to move it up. Now I can take this point, move it inwards, and this one, move it back out, and keep on looking at like the reflections of these to see how your model is looking. It's looking a little awkward for now, but that's fine. We can fix that. That's looking good. With the general shape of the mouth, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and press OK. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna cut these out. How I'm gonna do that is through creating a sketch. So I'm gonna create a sketch on this plane. And I'm going to use splines just to model like the eyes and the mouth. So if I use a spline, a fit point spline, right there, I'm going to just model the eyes, like so. Oops. Yep. Yeah, we can fix that. Press escape on your keyboard and then, yeah, just move these. Okay. Turn that off. Just move these lines around a little bit. So move that point down there. Move this one here. At this point, I can actually. Oh no. No, cancel. Move this point down here. I'm going to bring it down here so I can get a better shape for it. That's looking fine for now. So I'm just going to say, yeah, that's good. So click outside. Then I'm going to just pan over to this one and we're going to do another spline. So one there, there, there. That seems good. That seems good. That one. Boom. This one looks a lot better. Hit escape on your keyboard and so you can manipulate these. I just want to move that a little bit like that. And move this one a little out. Perfect. Finish sketch once you're done. That's looking good. Now, what you can do is you can extrude these out. So I'm going to hit E on my keyboard to extrude. Okay, work. I'm going to select these two, right? I'm going to create an extrude. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to go to, where's my body? Bodies, there we are. Hopefully what this does is, that happened. Okay. So, okay, sorry about this. This never happened before. Yeah. One second, I'll just figure out what went wrong and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Okay, so I've been playing around with this a little bit, and I realized that I can't actually create those holes. I need to go back to the model workspace, and then create extrudes and patch it up, and that's too complicated. There's no point in wasting time doing that. So I think what's a better way to just do this is, let's forget about the eyes for now, and let's actually model the head around it. That'll be a lot easier to do and a lot more fun to do. Now how we're gonna do this is we're just gonna select edges and just move them in. So I want you to get real zoomed in next to this, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna move each of these around so it somewhat mimics the shape. Now I'm gonna zoom in further, just like that point, so I can move it a little down, and what that does is creates that weird little shape that he has. I am going to also I'm just gonna select some of these. That didn't work. Anyway, let's just move this one also further down. And basically what you're trying to do here is just trying to get the shape right. That's it. And just use this as an exercise to get your fundamentals for like sculpting right, like as in make sure you know how to use all these features and so on. And that seems about right, kind of. I can do this though. What I can do is I can go over here and I can select all of these, and I can press delete. And that creates a hole there, and that kind of makes it easier to look at, because it also you can see it's darker over here. That means that the edge is creased. But what I can do now is I can go and fill this hole in. So I can fill hole down here, and I'm going to maintain these. Actually, no need. Reduce star seems alright. Actually, the best thing to do is fill star, in my opinion, because that creates this nice shape. So I'm going to press OK. I want to repeat the same thing. Oops. There. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the top. Just select all of these. Press delete. Now, it's important you don't select the lines as well, because when you select the lines, then it deletes this surface as well. So it's important you don't do that. Same thing. Fill hole. I'm just going to select that one. Perfect. So as you can see, that's given a smoother structure. That's it for this one. So we have the shape roughly there. I'm just going to go and finish this form. And you're going to see how this is going to be transformed for others. So it kind of looks like some weird, odd pumpkin. That's fine. Turn off the canvas for now. And you can see that it's come. Let me just turn on the main body so we can get some perspective. So we have this thing that's directly in the center, this body, and I want to move this a little to the front. So I'm going to take this. So I'm going to move this body forward. So I'm going to move it. Where are you? There's a good point. Wow. Okay. Perfect. Please. Thank you. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it forward just a bit. Okay, and have a look from the top as well to ensure it's not touching anything. That's good. Keep moving it. That seems fine. Press OK. Once you're done. I just did this so I can get this body closer to the front, so it looks a little better. And let's hide the main body again. Let's have a look. This. We have that weird sketch over there. Let me just close that. Put this off. That's looking a lot better. And what I can just combine these two together. So I'm going to combine this body and this body. And I'm going to say, okay. And now, I've created, let's turn off the shaft. I know what happened. Basically, I've created the one body that's comprising of like both of these together, and that's going to be present up here, as you can see. Let's just drag this body down into the shaft. and now I've created, this is basically the shaft, and as you can see, it's stuck with the same movement. So if I, okay, yeah, because we put the joint limits in, right? Perfect. So this is working well. Now, as you can see, if I get rid of the lid and I start turning this handle, the head pops up and then it falls back down. Pops up, back down. That's exactly what we want. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope it's been somewhat helpful. If it has, please leave a like and subscribe. If it hasn't, please tell me why in the comments. I'm happy to improve. And on that note, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.